so hot that even the camera just right before this, it kind of crapped out. It was like, no, striking. I've been out of my case for 2 minutes. It's too hot.
It was mostly the monkey's fault. We're gonna blame that on the sun too.
That's right. The sun. It's taken a lot for us to be here with you right now to give you the gift of these new comic books that we know that you need. We've traveled all the way through the hot streets.
We have strived.
That's right.
Just for you.
Labored to bring you comics this week.
And the first of them, obviously the most anticipated book of all this week, Trinity of Sin, Pandora, from DC. This is a new DC #1. This is featuring this purple-clad lady right here who is not Zealot, is not Ghost, but is in fact the mythical Pandora. Yes, literally Pandora.
With guns.
You may remember back in each of the first issues of the New 52, there was some mysterious purple-looking lady hanging out in the backgrounds of a panel in every single issue. You probably didn't notice unless you went on the internet sometime in the past 2 years or so. But we finally are getting some clues to her origins. After the, there's a bit of clues in the little one-shot they did on Free Comic Book Day a year or two back. But this is fleshing out her origin more, leading into DC's Trinity War event, which finally seems like it has a plot at this point.
It's going to be a big Justice League crossover that's starting up soon. Also from DC this week, we have Legends of the Dark Knight, which is digital-first adventures that feature artists that normally you wouldn't see on these books, like Tradmore. This month we have Chris Sprouse of Tom Strong fame and many other good things fame. It's just so clean and it's so nice, and
there's cannibals.
There's cannibals.
There's brains.
You know, there's brains.
Oh, and I don't even.
And they're nicely drawn brains. Chris Sprouse was recently going to do that Orson Scott Card Superman story, but that didn't really work out.
So instead they gave him another Tom Strong miniseries coming up.
Yay!
Woo!
Tom Strong. Way better than more
If
Superman.
you aren't excited for more Tom Strong,
you're
kind of an awful person.
Yeah, it's true. We judge you.
Alright, and out of Image this week, we got a big #1 here. This is Matt Fraction and Howard Chaykin's Satellite Sam. Number one. Already out of print. Oh, and who's published by Image? So yes, that does make this another Image #1.
Yep.
Yada yada yada, buy it now, you know. You know! This is about an old 50s era TV host, you know, got the whole spaceman getup going on. That was kind of his gimmick. And he's, murdered. And in case you couldn't tell from the cover, sorry, spoilers there. But, the basic premise is that after his death, his son finds a box full of something. I'm not going to give it away right now. If you've been paying attention at all to any press for it, you probably know by now, but it's setting up a pretty intriguing mystery here. Got lots of shady 50s stuff, which, as you should know, is a lot shadier than other shady stuff.
It's true. I mean, and who better to pull out the shadiness of the 1950s than Howard Chaykin? And it's great because Howard Chaykin's work, American Flag, really influenced Casanova, which Fraction's big for. You know, and so it's nice to see them, like, work together and actually create, like, kind of a new thing.
Matt Fraction's probably more excited about this comic than anyone else is.
Probably. Yeah, he put up a lot of porno on Tumblr for that. A lot of old burlesque stuff. To go with the sex, we have the violence. And what more violent can you get than Deadpool kills Deadpool? I mean, I guess you're just printing money underneath that at this point. You know, probably to go with the new Deadpool game, which I heard was really good.
I haven't heard anything about it yet.
Yeah. But we have Salva Espin, who's awesome.
Yeah.
Doing the art, and then we have Colin Bunn, who does Sixth Gun, which is really good.
Also Fearless Defenders.
And Fearless Defenders. But yeah, this has got the Deadpool core. It's got Deadpool yelling at people, slicing people, dicing people.
It's got a terrifying alternate universe Deadpool, who may or may not be the same Deadpool from Deadpool Illustrated and Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
We don't know, but it's Deadpool. There's violence. You know you want violence.
Alright. And also this week we have a new original graphic novel. This is Masks and Mobsters. It's a crime anthology, both crime and super crime.
Kind of like Powers.
Yeah. It's got really just amazing black and white artwork all throughout. Some of the whiteout effects that they get are fantastic. It's just phenomenal looking stuff. The awesome title back there. Really Eisner-esque going on there.
Yeah, I guess these were digital adventures, too,
Oh.
or some digital, like it was named USA Today's Best Digital Comic of 2012. We got quotes from Mark Waid, John Layman on the back. But yeah, no, it just really seems fun, and it seems kind of like Powers, you know, but with a different perspective on it, which seems really cool. But very nice. It's only $20. It's hardcover. It's not bad. Masks and Mobsters. And from Dark Horse this week, with the awesome, I guess, wraparound cover.
Yeah, it's a wraparound
By
cover.
Rafael Grampa, who unfortunately just does covers.
Unfortunately, not that there isn't a
Bad problem with
plethora
that. Yeah.
of artists inside making up for it.
But this is the Comics Greatest World, which was a line of Dark Horse stuff back in the 90s. John Arcudi, Doug Mahnke did some large, big people. They beat stuff up. Anyway, Joe Casey is bringing back the line with Dan McDade, Paul Mayberry, and Ulysses Farinas, who all three of these guys freaking blew my mind. Like, the first part is like crazy, squid-eyed, mental,
Terrible cosmic horrors.
Cosmic horror. And the second one is more like cosmic existentialism, which is pretty cool while doing yoga. Okay. And then the third one is, well, this dude is just gangster.
Wow.
Like, if this guy's not the most gangster...
He's sitting there getting a tattoo with his whole... He has, like, blinged out... You know the Road Warriors?
Yeah, he's like blinged out Road Warrior. So, again, more awesomeness from Joe Casey. Great artists. New #1 from Dark Horse, who are starting to give Image a run for their money here.
And from DC this week, we have issue 22 of John Layman's Detective Comics. Here, John Layman is continuing to tell really, really fun, somewhat standalone stories. There's a larger story that he's weaving, but each issue can definitely be read on its own. He's introducing here the Wrath, who's an old DC villain who is now, once again, being reintroduced to the New 52.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's just more consistently good Batman right here. If the long storylines and the main title are kinda getting on your nerves a bit, definitely check that stuff out.
And Avengers, AI, the Age of Ultron has finished. The pieces are left to pick up. Where do you go from there? You're confused. You come in, you're like, I've been reading Age of Ultron. What do I read? Oh my god, I don't have anything to read. It's okay. We got you. Robots, but they're Avengers.
Oh.
That's right.
There's a Doombot there.
I know. So we got Doombot, we got Hank Pym, don't ask, Vision, Victor Mancha, and Monica Chang.
Well, Hank Pym is, he is the go-to robot guy.
Yeah,
And the go-to shrinking guy, and the
everything,
go-to...
yeah. But this is Sam Humphries, and I cannot pronounce this man's name. Andre Lima Arroyo?
Araujo?
I don't know. Anyway, he did the AI issue for Age of Ultron, which led directly into this, and yeah, it's kind of got almost a Young Avengers vibe, a little bit like the not the McKelvey stuff, but the previous volume.
Yeah.
And yeah, Doombot likes to play pinball. Hey, that's cool. But yeah, it's good to see Vision back again. Sam Humphries has been doing fun on stuff on Uncanny X-Force, so another team book I think will be good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Be cool.
And it's always good for Pym to get some love,
That's right. I'm Cooper.
Yeah, and the big one this week.
The biggest comic.
Yeah, actually I think it might be.
It might actually be the biggest comic.
This is the completed, collected, hardcover edition of The Secret History of D.B. Cooper. This is Brian Sharia's psychedelic love letter to the 70s plane hijacker, D.B. Cooper. I'm pretty sure if I know the story of that and I'm like a baby, most of you should know as well. There are giant teddy bears, disgusting monsters, terrifying mindscapes. It's huge.
It came out around the same time as Mind Management, which is weird. You know how in like movies you have a bunch of the same types come out at the same time? And here, I mean, it was like another type of psychic thing, but whereas Matt Kint's got this weird like introverted psychedelic multi-layered thing, you want to see giant robots with, or giant teddy bears with like weird brain alien monsters and slicing and dicing in the psychic warfare world.
And psychic government hijackers with samurai swords going around cutting up tentacle beasts. I mean, come on.
Secret History D.B. Cooper, for sure.
It's finally finished here. Brian Shria never got around to doing all of the single issues, probably because he was about to be paid much more to do a Sixth Gun miniseries, but, it's finally done. It's here. You can breathe again, finally.
It's good. And rounding out with the cover of the week this week. This one was so awesome that when I showed it to Morgan,
I thought I could handle it.
there was overload. There was just a pop, like you heard it. You heard the hiss. It was that silent noise that you hear. We have the most awesome video game that you wish you could be playing right now. Look at that Ultron. That is 8-bit Avengers. This, like, you know, where they made that Scott Pilgrim game, which was that old kind of thing. Where's my Avengers game? You know, this is super badass. This is the variant cover for Avengers AI. And yeah. Come on. There's no question on
Come
that.
on.
No. We're just going to leave you with that awesome image and the thought that you wish you could be playing.
Ultron can just laugh at you.
That's right.
Can we get a laugh track over this, please?
Thanks, guys.